People, Carowinds is up to something. And not just a small something, a big something. Something as big as a brand new roller coaster. Because what if I told you that Carowinds was going to RMC Hurler? That sounds like a dream come true. But wait, there's a catch. And you might not like it. Carowinds recently posted an article regarding the maintenance of their wooden roller coasters. And it involved a very interesting sentence. Their wooden roller coasters will be receiving RMC. But before you get too excited, Carowinds has a different meanings to these three letters. It supposedly means routine maintenance by Carowinds. So Carowinds is obviously up to something. There's no shot that they're putting RMC and wooden roller coaster together in one sentence and not trying to mess with us. But there is a catch. What if Carowinds is actually being serious, and that's just what they call their routine maintenance? Well, I know for a fact that if they really aren't RMCing Hurler, yeah, that's gonna make some people pretty mad. And it appeared pretty deliberate too, so there's still some hope. They even capitalized it, using the sentence with wooden roller coaster, and thoroughly explained what it means. And they are currently retracking Hurler right now. So does this actually mean that Hurler is going to be RMC'd? Well, I think potentially, but there's probably a more likely scenario here. Remember RMC's new 208 retrack? What if Carowinds is going to install those new steel rails to Hurler to make it a more smooth experience? I think with that teasing and how they're actually currently retracking it right now, I would probably say that's what's going to happen. Because I doubt that Carowinds will be retracking Hurler right now if they were going to be RMCing it next year. But wait, what if they are just delaying the RMC a little longer? Because it is rumored that Carowinds will be receiving a water attraction this off-season. So what are they retracting it so they can last another 3 to 5 years before they're ready for their next major investment, which will be RMC Hurler? I really think both of these scenarios are pretty likely, and I wouldn't be shocked if either of these happen. But if Carowinds decides to do neither, yeah, I'm not sure that will go over too well. And I really hope they RMC Hurler in some way, shape, or form, because that would make the ride such a much more pleasant experience. Now, I personally didn't think Hurler was that bad, but I know some other people who really dislike Hurler. So we should definitely be keeping an eye out to see what Carowinds will do next, because they are clearly up to something. And if you want Hurler RMC'd, then go and hit that subscribe button down below. Heading down to Texas, Six Flags Over Texas has confirmed that 2 new rides are coming to Boomtown. In addition, their antique cards will be transformed into Dino Off-Road Adventure. In addition to all of this, Mr. Freeze and Batman the Ride will be receiving more theming in the queues and hopefully around the ride. Now, it is always good to see more theming coming to attractions, because it just makes them look nicer. It makes the guest experience that much better. I really feel this is a good move for Six Flags Over Texas, just making the park nicer overall, and I'm quite happy with the decision to do all of this. Heading north to Canada's Wonderland, we're getting some very interesting rumors about their next potential coaster. Remember when Canada's Wonderland sent out those surveys asking guests what coaster concept they would like to see the most, and the general consensus was that Canada's Wonderland was most likely getting a launched B&M wing coaster, and was going to launch out of a volcano. Now, that made a couple Kings Dominion fans mad, but it still made the most sense for the park, and it seemed like that was what was going to happen. But we did get an interesting rumor recently that Canada's Wonderland Cedar Fair might be talking to Zamperla. It appears that they're interested in a multi-launch coaster that's probably going to go in the same area. Maybe not launching out of a mountain, but it's probably going to stay in that relative area. I personally would love to see what Zamperla would be able to do with a major multi-launch coaster. And I feel like this is actually pretty likely, especially if Top Thrill 2 at Cedar Point performs well. And I made an awesome video about the one thing we all missed about Top Thrill 2, and you have to check it out. I'll make sure to link that down below. And to be honest, both of these concepts would do wonders for Canada's Wonderland, and they're both two types of coasters that are desperately needed at this park. I would definitely say that these are the two coaster concepts that I like the best, and I think they are the most likely. And as I said, both would be great for the park, and I can't wait to see what Cedar Fair and Canada's Wonderland end up doing. So stay tuned for the announcement in the near future. Heading across the pond to the UK, I know this one is going to rustle some feathers. Blackpool Pleasure Beach is renaming themselves to just Pleasure Beach Resort. Now, this is something that a lot of people are really upset about, and I can fully understand why. It's been called Blackpool Pleasure Beach for many years. It's like renaming Cedar Point to Lake Point or something. It's just not the same. Now I get Blackpool Pleasure Beach, it's kind of hard to say when you say it a bunch over and over again. Try saying that one 5 times fast. But still, it's historical and people love the name, it's iconic. I really wish they would have just kept it the same, and plus the new name's not much better. I mean, Blackpool Pleasure Beach and Pleasure Beach Resort, they're the same length. I don't know, maybe they'll revert it to the previous name or something, but I just don't think this is exactly the best of moves. But I don't know, maybe it pays out in the long run and gives them a better brand identity. I don't know, maybe they have some crazy reason behind it. So yeah, interesting decision. Remember that absolutely wild coaster that will be coming to Europa Park in 2024? Well, it was called Voltron, and it's currently testing, and is going to be opening up very soon. Now, I did not make an official reactions video to this, so I kind of want to go over my thoughts on this coaster, because it is ridiculously good. It's a multi-launch coaster, the trains look comfortable, it looks fast-paced, it's got a good mix of elements, and the terrain and the theming is going to look really good. I kind of like the rustic color scheme too. And the stall just right there, that is going to be absolutely insane. It has airtime inversions, and that first launch type thing, that looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie. So overall, I think this is a wonderful addition to Europa Park. And then you've got the switch table thing, that's just gonna add another layer to this ride, and it's gonna make it really stand out at Europa Park. Now, I am slightly worried about capacity, because these are not the biggest trains, but if Europa Park chooses to operate this efficiently and quickly, then the capacity will not be a problem whatsoever. So I'm super excited to see what happens for this coaster, what people think of it, and all that reviews and stuff should be coming out really soon. That's a wrap on this week's theme park news update. If you enjoyed the video, then give it a like and hit that subscribe button down below. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you want to know what we all missed about Top Thrill 2, then check out the video on your screen right now. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.